What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens video. Today, guys, we are going to be going over some pretty exciting news in regards to a brand new opening coming to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens anime. We have been on opening one for so long. Currently, we're up to episode 47 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, and we have had no opening changes whatsoever. We've had visual changes for opening one, but no actual vocal changes well, I should say like vocal changes for the song, maybe, or at least for the ending it was. But in terms of a brand new song for a new opening, nope, we have not got that so far. But finally, we have now gotten news that we are confirmed having an opening 2 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, and that's what we're going to be covering today. So I hope you guys are excited as well as I am. So without further ado, guys, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. All right, here we go. By the way, this is from YGO Organization, so shout out to them, but let's get into it. About 1 year has passed since the anime began airing, and on June 20th, the opening theme song will change. The artist in charge of the new opening is the band The Browbeat, who are making their major debut with this song titled Harvutai or something like that. That's a weird name. I do not know how to pronounce that name. June 20th is the confirmed date, which if I did that correctly, it should be episode 53 when we get this new opening, which by definition, if that's the case, if I did that correctly, that means that because I do believe that they're going to start this new opening on a new arc. So if we follow that logic, episode 52 will be the last episode of this current arc, the Team Battle Royale arc, which will mean that this is another 13 episode arc, the fourth 13 episode arc that we've had in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens anime, which if you guys have not been in the channel, I did a video a little while back how I really had a problem with these 13 episode arcs. I felt like that's not enough time for the arcs, and this is just another one of those arcs. This is the fourth arc that we've had that's going to be a 13 episode arc. Please stop doing 13 episode arcs. I feel like you can do so much more if you extend that, but this is not the video to do that. I don't want to get into that, but very interesting. And also, we got the name of the band that's going to do it, the Browbeat, which until I read this earlier throughout the week, because I know this came out a little while ago when I read it, I'd never heard of the band before. I looked up some of their music. It's interesting. Their music is very interesting, something that you would not expect. Well, I guess depending, because I've listened to a couple different songs from them, one of them being, I think it was called Snow White. Very metal. It's not something you would expect for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. The song Snow White sounded more like a Death Note opening 2 song, which is kind of hilarious. Or you can have something like, I also listened to a song called Unlost, which, by the way, is my favorite. I'll leave a link down in the description below for both that song, Unlost, and Snow White, as well as the YouTube channel that I actually found this information on, because this was very interesting. It can go on the route with Unlost, which is it's very toned down, definitely from what you would see from the Browbeat song like Snow White. So very interesting band, and it's going to be very interesting on what style to do, because they're willing to do a more light-hearted song or do something like Snow White, or I think another song was called LR, I think was the other song that I found as well. So it's very interesting what this band is, what basically the band does for their music, and it being a Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening, especially for Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. That's something that's pretty interesting about it as well. But getting back on topic, the Browbeat is a band project formed by the performer Sato Ryuji, known by his artist name Ryuji, along with Hakui, I believe that's how you say that, of the V-Rock world legend Peninsulan in twin vocals and total production. And while they're an idol band, they've done live performance at venues and have strong CD sales. This opening theme song gives a further sense of catharsis to feeling of speed of rush duels in the anime and its heavy but steady song. So I think it's based off of that. I feel like it's going to be more towards Unlost, but maybe a little bit more heavier than it because it's a very light song. I really do like it. Again, check that out if you haven't. But maybe a little heavy, but not really heavy like Snow White's, or at least that's what it sounds like from this. Just wanted to point that out there. Get back on there. Let's expect the new opening theme song of Yugioh Sevens, which airs every Sunday at 7:30 on TV Tokyo. Okay, so we already know what the times are and stuff like that. But what's interesting about this as well is that we got some interviews from Ryuji and Akui herself. So let's actually go over there real quick. I'm actually very interested to read this. I actually decided to wait until this video to actually do it. I just wanted to find out what the band was, to be completely honest. That's the only reason why I looked ahead of time for this. So let's go over the interviews with these two characters, starting with Ryuji. This is what Ryuji had to say in his interview. When I was a kid, I was crazy about playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friends. It is a dream to be able to do the theme song. This is an important, big moment for the Brown Beats. The best anime are colored by their songs. I hope you'll listen to it repeatedly. Will children cry when they see Hakui-san? That's all I'm worried about. Hakui themselves loves children, though. Okay, that was really weird. I didn't know what the heck that was about. That actually kind of stumped me there for a second. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. I would actually feel really bad if I'm not saying the name correctly, but that's pretty interesting. The fact that he's actually a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually pretty cool in my opinion. So I feel glad that he's being able to actually do an opening song for something that he's very interested in with the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That he's able to have this opportunity to do the opening. Makes him very excited, which is pretty cool. I really do like that. And let's do Haruki next, which actually is the only other one to actually do it. So let's get into that one, shall we? Akui had to say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my favorite anime, so I'm ascending at the idea of being able to handle its theme song. Thank you very much, everyone. Hello. So I guess she's basically just doing a formal introduction of herself in an interview. Pretty cool that she actually thinks this is her favorite anime. That's actually really cool. And I guess by in turn that she is very excited. I mean, the fact that she's saying ascending at the idea of being able to handle this theme song, you can tell that these people are really excited to be able to do this opening, which this is what I like to see. The fact that these people are very excited to do this. This makes me excited just to see what they are going to do for this opening, because you can tell from these two interviews that this band is going to be very excited to do this opening. I mean, the fact that the two people that did the interviews, one of them saying that it's their favorite anime, and the one saying that he loves the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can tell that this band is going to be motivated to make a very good opening, which excites me. The fact that these people have this much interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they get the chance to do an opening for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, I feel great for them. I really am happy that they're able to do something that they're very excited to do. I mean, with their love and interest for Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're being able to do an opening for the show, that's a big honor to them, and I'm really glad they get to have that opportunity to do that. But that's all we got on them. We also got some things about official site from the Brown Beats, so you can go check that out as well. I think they also have some DVDs or DVDs for their actual songs, so you can go and buy that as well if you're interested in that. But general thoughts on this news. I am very excited. We have been on opening one for so long. The fact that this opening is going to last all the way up to episode 52, that is as long as Go Forward was in Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. I think that's actually how long Go Forward lasted. I think it was 52 episodes, or maybe a little bit more than that. But I'm just going to say this, I'm very excited. I've been honestly really waiting for this, and when I say this, I don't want you guys to make this seem like I hate the opening or anything like that, but honestly, I've been skipping the openings lately. Ever since episode, I think it was like 28 or something like that, I've either muted the opening or I've just like skipped the opening and just went on with the show. Just because of the fact that I just can't stick with an opening that long, or at least I'm not taking a risk like what I did with Go Forward, because every time I watched one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns episodes when it was actually airing, on Crunchyroll, I always listen through the opening, and I don't understand to this day why I decided to do that. That was very stupid of me. They didn't change the opening once. They didn't even change the visuals, which that's where I will give props to Sevens, and that's why I just muted the song, because honestly, the song was just getting repetitive to me. Songs can get really repetitive to me very quickly, so that's where that kind of comes in. It's kind of my fault when it comes to this. Not that the song is bad at all. I think it's actually a pretty catchy song, but I don't know, a song or openings can get very repetitive very quickly for me, even if there is visual changes, which I'm glad they did visual changes. That's what Go Forward didn't do, so I'm glad that they decided to do that. But I felt like it was long enough. I felt like 52 episodes for one opening, in my opinion, is a little too long still, even with visual changes. Sure, it kept it fresh, which I'm glad they did, because it would have gotten stale very, very quickly if they didn't actually change it. I think about like the Maximum arc, and they didn't even change a single visual. We saw Mr. Goha in the opening, and he didn't even appear in the entire arc, and we didn't see Neo once. So they didn't do the best job at it, but they definitely picked it up after the arc or Maximum arc. I think they definitely did a lot better with the visual changes. But getting back on the topic of the new one, I'm just very excited that we're getting a new opening. I was getting very concerned that we were not going to get a new opening and it was just going to be this opening, which, what was the name of it? I think it was like, it's something to do with like Nana, something like that, or it's like Nana Na Rush Go Rush or something like that. I can't remember what the song is called. It has something to do with the actual lyrics of the opening. I just really can't remember on the top of my head, but I'm very excited for this new song. I cannot wait to see what this new song is going to bring, which, again, with a new opening change, is going to be new visuals, probably way different visuals than we've been getting, because you can tell like they were just like adding different monsters to the opening, but it was still the same opening. But now that we're getting a new opening, the whole like visuals are going to be completely different. And I would like to know some of your guys' predictions for what you guys want to see. My big one that I want to see in this opening is the new villain. If there's going to be a new villain in this, I want to see that villain in the opening. I felt like one of the things that kind of lacked, or at least more specifically the Maximum arc, is that we didn't have the villain in that shot. Like, we didn't have any shots of Neil in the opening during the Maximum arc. So I want them to be like, every time that, if we're gonna do the same thing that we did with opening 1, where this opening 2 is gonna be for another year, if that's the case, they're going to go, which I wouldn't personally want that. I would like them to change it a little bit sooner and not go another 52 episodes, but we really don't know at this point. I feel like that's what they're going to end up doing, but if they're going to do that again, add the villains when we go to new arcs. That way we're keeping involved with the opening and seeing the new villain, and kind of, or like just new characters in general, just like get in your mind like, who are these new characters and what they're going to bring to the table. It really gets me excited for that, just to see new characters appear, and maybe some old characters that we haven't seen, like, I don't know, Mensaburo, Bakuro, even going out of the boat, like, Maguro, the fish guy. Maybe they bring him back. I know some people think that he's going to come back because of, the new, Sorako looking character, Fish Umiko, or something like that. I think it's something around those lines. Like, getting something like that, some new characters in there, some old characters that maybe we haven't seen in a while, or have never appeared in the opening yet, and then obviously, you have your main characters, Yuga, Luke, Roman Gakuto. Like to see Mimi in there, Asana, Neo, Roa, which they have already appeared in opening 1, so that would make sense that it'd be in opening 2 as well as Otis. So that's just my thoughts of what I think should be in opening 2. But definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts on this news and what characters you want to see in the next opening. But guys, that is going to be it for this Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens discussion video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys thought about this news. Are you excited for the new opening? Let me know what you guys think of the Brown Beat. Again, I will leave a link down in the description for 2 songs. That way you kind of get an idea of what the band is and like what they basically do, what their songs are like. Let me know what you guys think of the band and their songs. Let me know some ideas that you want to see in the new opening in terms of visuals and just like the tone of the songs. If you have listened to the Brown Beat, or if you do listen to the 2 Brown Beat songs that I have, or any other of the songs, let me know how you want the opening to sound like. Do you want it to be more metal-like, or do you want it to be a little bit more softer? I would really like to know what you guys' thoughts are for this new opening and some ideas that you want to see with this new opening. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys excited for it. We're finally getting a new opening, and I cannot wait to see what this new opening is going to bring to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens anime. But guys, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, take care and have yourselves a great rest of your day.